The MESA Boogie JP-2C comes with a CabClone D.I built into the amp. And if you haven't guessed it, it clones a cabinet. So I'm going to put that to the test. Stay tuned. Man Bun Metalhead here. So I have been trying out this CabClone D.I for a little while and may or may not be convinced on it. I'm going to let you listen to some samples and see if you can pick them apart. So the CabClone D.I has a couple options built into it, such as levels and some ground lifts and speaker on off, so you can turn the cabinet off if you want to. But the one thing it also has is the close back, open back, and vintage cabinet style. So I'm only going to test the close back because I have a close back right here, and I only use close backs. So I have nothing else to really compare it to. So what I'm going to do is play some sound samples back to back. And we're going to have one guitar on the left and exact same thing on the right. So I'm going to be recording everything through the microphone and the Cab D.I at the same time. So there is no room for error. I'm going to equalize the volume or normalize the volumes, and we'll go from there. So everything that's on the left of the screen is going to be the same mic or CabClone, and the other side is going to be either the same mic or CabClone. So after I get through all these sound samples, we'll see if you can figure out which is which. For the mic setup, I'm using a Sennheiser E609, and that is on a Vintage 30 Celestion. So that is probably what the CabClone is modeling after. So let's go. So you think you got it figured out yet? Well, here it is. The CabClone D.I was... So you may or may not have picked out the CabClone and the actual mic'd amp. But I think the important thing here is the CabClone D.I is actually pretty close to a single microphone on a cabinet. Now, I say single microphone because I don't know a lot of people, especially professionals, that only put a single microphone on a cabinet when they record. I typically use two microphones, an E609 and an MD421, both from Sennheiser, and one is on the outside of the cone to pick up the lower frequencies, the one's on the inside of the cone to pick up the higher frequencies. There's really not a good way to do that, to get all that frequency content with just one microphone. And I think that CabClone is closer to the outside of that cone, which doesn't sound bad, but it's not exactly how I would record it. So let's give you a sound sample here. So the difference is probably a little clearer now between the mic'd up cabinet and the CabClone. But that's not to say the CabClone is that bad. It really is not a bad option if you need to run the amp in a quiet space when you're practicing or you have neighbors or whatnot. I mean, it's a viable option. It's not so bad as I honestly thought. I thought it'd kind of be a piece of junk. If you want to let me know what you think of the CabClone D.I, leave a comment below. And if you like this video, please give me a like. And if you want to hear more about what I'm working on, different reviews, gear tips, anything like that, feel free to give me a subscribe and you'll be notified as soon as those videos come out. But hey, until next time, rock on.